This dramatic, real-life story mirrors the intensity of a war movie. Ukrainian pilots from the 63rd Brigade and an infantryman from the 60th Infantry Brigade found themselves under heavy fire in a swampy, river-filled area, facing a life-or-death situation. With enemy drones circling and danger closing in fast, the fellow soldiers sprang into action to save their wounded comrade. Using whatever they had on hand, they pulled off a daring rescue, caught entirely on an action camera. Ukrainian drone destroys Russian boat during river assault. According to recent reports, Russian troops attempted to land a force on the right bank of the Dnipro in southern Ukraine, a key strategic location near Kherson. But the Ukrainian defenders were watching. Using a reconnaissance drone, they tracked the enemy's movement and then struck with pinpoint accuracy. The Russian boat was destroyed mid-operation. Ukrainian sources reported no signs of life from the Russian personnel aboard. In another published footage, in occupied Kakhovka, Kherson region, a stunning blow has been dealt to Russian forces. Ukrainian air forces delivered a precise and powerful strike on a concentration of Russian troops. Reports confirm a high number of enemy casualties at the site of the strike. Out of the entire Russian group, only one soldier managed to escape, sailing away in a boat just moments before the missiles hit. Russia is using unmanned ground vehicles, UGVs, in the war in Ukraine, as seen in this video. These remote-controlled or semi-autonomous machines are being used for explosive delivery, reconnaissance, and logistics support. In a recent encounter, a Ukrainian drone successfully destroyed a Russian ground drone, demonstrating that even this new technology is no match for Ukraine's rapidly advancing drone defense tactics. Another failed assault, another lesson for Russian troops. On the eve of so-called negotiations, Russian forces launched a reckless assault on Ukrainian positions in the Kharkiv region. What followed was a textbook example of bravery, strategy, and destruction. The Ukrainian Army's 92nd Infantry Brigade published this footage on their Telegram channel. On the morning of May 15th, Russian troops supported by armored vehicles, motorcycles, and ATVs attempted a massive push against a unit of Ukraine's 92nd Infantry Brigade. But their advance turned into a disaster. Mine detonated under their vehicles. Artillery rained down with deadly precision. And from the sky, Ukrainian drones delivered fire and fury. Russian equipment and personnel were destroyed. Drone strikes lit up enemy positions. And to top it off, Ukraine successfully took down multiple Russian drones in the sky, neutralizing their eyes on the battlefield. In the Toretsk direction, Russian forces launched another motorcycle assault. As soon as their movement was detected, Ukrainian artillery and drones opened fire. The result: enemy infantry and equipment were swiftly destroyed. Russia has increasingly deployed motorcycles units in the Ukraine conflict. These units are primarily used for lightning assaults. Facing significant losses of armored vehicles due to Ukrainian drone attacks, Russian forces have turned to motorcycles for their speed and agility. These vehicles allow troops to maneuver quickly and stealthily, reducing vulnerability to aerial surveillance and strikes. Another Russian D-30 howitzer was destroyed deep in the Sumy region. Ukrainian reconnaissance units spotted a camouflaged D-30 artillery cannon hidden 12 kilometers deep into the Sumy region. The Russian soldiers had painted it green to blend with the environment, but it didn't work. The target was identified and swiftly destroyed by the Ukrainian Strix anti-aircraft missile system. Ukrainian BM-21 Berest delivers devastating fire support. The crew of the modernized BM-21 Berest provides precise fire support to Ukrainian infantry units, striking Russian troop concentrations with deadly accuracy. This upgraded multiple launch rocket system is playing a key role in disrupting enemy movements on the front lines. A Russian soldier records the damage caused by one of Ukraine's heavy combat drones, known as Baba Yaga. This 6-rotor drone drops explosive payloads directly onto Russian military targets with deadly accuracy. These drones are more than just machines. They're psychological weapons. Even when the drone is grounded, Russian soldiers refuse to approach the downed drones, fearing booby traps or a follow-up strike. Ukraine's use of advanced drone warfare is changing the battlefield. Baba Yaga drone is just one example of how tactical innovation gives Ukrainian forces the edge, keeping Russian forces on constant alert and reshaping how war is fought. Would you dare approach one of these drones after it's been shot down? Let us know in the comments.